Sorry, guys. Give me a second. Weird. Whoa. Why is that being weird? It's like dark on my end. Oh, I mean, I just gotta do that. Episode 4. Just tweeting this stuff out. What an episode. What an episode. All right. Dracarys. That's the first thing I'll say. All right. Oh, man. All right. What an episode, guys. I mean, this episode had me kind of freaking out throughout the entire thing. I'm not going to lie. I heard that, it leaked out, of course, as usual. Every episode has been leaking out this season. And I heard a lot of people were freaking out about it. They were saying, like, oh, people are freaking out about a death. And so I was thinking the worst. I was thinking that it was going to be, Jon Snow. But I was like, that wouldn't make sense. I don't see that happening. And a couple times, I don't know. I really felt like they were going to kill him off. The show is so unpredictable. I mean, if you told me that you knew how the show was going to end and everything like that, I don't know. It's pretty crazy stuff. I mean, what an episode. Wow. What's up, MP Dagger? Oh, I want to hear from you guys, though. What do you guys think? And I'll start reading off your guys' comments. I thought it was a good episode. And the war has just begun. The real war. This is the war for the Iron Throne. And I just got to say, I'm looking forward to what's coming up next. Yo, too epic, bro. Next week it's going down. Yeah, it is, Quays. Dude, it's going down. I mean, seriously, I don't know what's going to happen at this point. It's going to be interesting to see what happens, for sure. Missandei died. What a way to go out, though, saying Dracarys. I thought she was going to die anyway after, the whole boat, the whole wreckage from the boat. But, to me, it was surprising to see her die, but I'm not surprised that Cersei did what she did because Cersei's just an evil person. It's about to go down. Yeah, it is. It is, Dagger. It's about to go down. Jon is so ducking stupid. Why? I don't understand. What do you mean? Hey, guys. I cried at the end with Missandei. Really? I didn't cry. I really liked Missandei's character. I would have thought that Grey Worm was going to die over her. But it definitely hit you in the feels. I'm just happy Tyrion didn't die. I was so nervous Tyrion was going to die. I was like, oh no, oh no, oh no. But he didn't die. I like that Gendry was named Lord of, is it Snow's End? I think that's awesome. And, I think, I don't know what's going to happen with him and Arya, but, it was good to see that he got his due and that he's going to be a Lord. I think he should be one of the people in contention for the throne, but you never know. And this is going to spread like wildfire. What's going to spread like wildfire? Oh, what Cersei did? Yeah, I believe that too, Dagger. I really think that Cersei, she's screwed. I mean, a vengeful, hateful Daenerys is scary. Dude, her death was cool. Okay. See, I thought her death was it was a good way to go out. She knew she was going to die, and I think everyone at that point knew she was going to die. You could see it in Dany's eyes, but they were just hoping that Cersei would budge. But it's Cersei; she's not going to give up the throne. That's not going to happen. Seeing the mountain destroy her neck. The mountain, guess who's coming for him? His brother, the Hound. And I still believe that it's going to be Arya that takes out the mountain, but I'm looking forward to that battle between the mountain and the Hound that has been teased forever. So I cannot wait. I never expected her to be captured of all things. Yeah, I had no idea what happened. I thought maybe she died when she fell out of the boat. I thought, Missandei is a goner for sure. But then to find her with Cersei, it kind of all happened so fast. Yeah, it's pretty sad to say the least. But I think, Missandei's character arc. I mean, what else is there left for her to do? But I heard a lot of people were like complaining or whatever when it leaked. And people were complaining about the death, so that's why I thought it was going to be like somebody like Jon Snow or, somebody of that nature. Okay. Both my lights are on. But it was Missandei, and it's sad to see Missandei, die, but I don't know. I have no idea. I know Grey Worm's pissed. He's going to go try to kill every single person. And I think Dracarys was really for Daenerys, with Missandei pretty much saying like, burn all of these people, like screw them. Her dragon. Yeah. Yep. There goes Rhaegal. She's down to 1 now, and we'll see what happens. I think it's going to be pretty interesting. Jon and man, what's his name? I really like his character. Oh, Sir Devos. Jon and Sir Devos, they're coming. I think this is going to be pretty interesting to see what happens. Now, again, we got to remember that the armies for both, the Northerners and Daenerys's army, they're pretty exhausted. So it's going to be pretty interesting to see, how they can recoup and try to fight. So, yeah. Yes, Tyrion scared me when he went up to the gate. I felt so bad for Gendry when Arya declines his offer. I did too, but that, it makes sense though. Arya has never been a lady, and she doesn't want to be. It's not her. So I wasn't really like surprised, but I think they'll work something out. I think, I don't know. I just see that relationship as working out. Maybe Arya doesn't like Gendry as much as she thought. I don't know. But yeah, Tyrion at the gate definitely scared me too, Chewbacca. I was nervous. Like my heart was beating so fast because if Tyrion died, I don't know what I would be like. I probably wouldn't even be doing a stream right now. Like I'd be just devastated. Why would Jon tell Sansa and Arya she will stop at nothing to see him on the Iron Throne? I don't like Dany, but I like Dany and Jon. See, the thing is it's kind of said in this episode, Dagger, where, they mention, Tyrion mentions, well, why can't they just get married? And that Daenerys doesn't like other people questioning her authority. So to me, with the whole notion of, well, they can be together and all that stuff, that doesn't exist to her. And Jon, to him, it's so foreign, to sleep with your aunt. I mean, and speaking of sleeping with people, man, how about Jaime? He hit it and quit it on Brienne of Tarth. That was beautiful. I saw it coming. I knew it was going to happen at some point, but pretty sad to see that he can't stop obsessing over Cersei. Yeah, he just hit it and quit it because Jon is honest to a fault. Yeah, he is. He is Chewbacca. He's honest. He's gonna tell him straight up. He can't hide something like this from his family. Arya, Sansa, Bran, that's his family. And to me, it was always common knowledge that he was going to tell them. It just took a matter of time. But I like that he did it in the way that he did it, where he had Bran tell them as opposed to him, because they know that Bran knows a lot. Who do you think Euron sees in the preview? I want to say Drogon. but I don't know. I think it's going to be the dragon. And I think what's going to happen is the dragon, he's going to think is going to be in one position, but it's not. Euron as a character, I kind of hate him. I think he's kind of a throwaway character. To me, he's like cannon fodder. He's not going to marry Cersei. It's not going to happen. I wouldn't be surprised if Jaime goes in and kills him, to be quite honest. To me, I've never liked Euron. I just kind of find him to be, I don't know, kind of annoying. But I want to say, I think it's a dragon. I really think it's a dragon, OJ. Bruh, Sansa's my favorite diva. Also, is Jaime going to help Cersei or, well, there's a jump, or kill her? Honestly, I don't know. I have no idea. He's always been obsessed with Cersei. It wouldn't surprise me if he went and fought for her, but I don't see that happening. I really don't. I don't know what's going to happen. I have no idea. I want to say, if I had to make a guess, I think he's going to kill her, but I don't know. And Sansa, yeah, Sansa's awesome. She's turned into like one of my favorite characters, and I hope her and Tyrion get together at the end, and I think they will. How did her death leak? I saw someone say it in a live stream before the episode. I guess I've heard multiple sources saying Amazon leaked it. I think another place, like another part of the world, gets to watch it like early, and so they probably recorded it and put it up online. I don't know. That's a good question, Chewbacca. I have no idea. I just avoid it, and it's kind of been something that's been going on every episode this season. So it's not like this is the first time this has happened. In the books, Euron has a horn he found in Valyria, then can hypnotize dragons. So this might be a huge plot twist that he mind controls a Drogon or he awakes some dragon sleeping. At the Red Keep. Maybe. There are like dragon bones and stuff down there, but I don't know if there's really a dragon going to be down there. And that would kind of be, I think that logic wouldn't make a lot of sense for a lot of people, especially myself. I'm not like the Game of Thrones expert by any means, but I think it wouldn't make a lot of sense. It'd just kind of be confusing. So I don't know if they would do that, but you never know with this show. Oh, that would be terrible, MP Dagger. Again, guys, I have no idea. Sorry that I'm eating. I just haven't really eaten a lot today. And it's so unprofessional, but yeah. When the dragon got speared through the heart, I yelled scorpion. Did you, Quaze? Wow. Okay. I wasn't surprised at Arya's response. I just felt bad for the guy. Haha. Yeah, I feel bad for him too. But I think Gendry should have known that that's not Arya, And we'll see. We'll see what happens. Who's to say that he's really going to be? Who's to say that Cersei's not on the throne at the end? Then he's going to be the Lord of Nothing. So we'll just have to wait and find that out. Arya just wanted that one night stand. Gendry thought she caught feelings. LOL. OJ, yeah, I don't know. It's kind of interesting to say the least. I don't know if I feel like she likes him, but she doesn't love him. I don't know. There's mixed feelings about it. It seems like he cares more about her than she does about him. So yeah, I clapped when they got it on. Yeah, I was happy. I mean, it's about time Brienne of Tarth got some love. And to me, they've had that romance. They've hinted at it for seasons now. I mean, for years they've hinted at it. So I like that. I like the little dialogue between them where she's like, "What are you doing?" And he's like, "I'm taking off your shirt." And you can tell that she's just like, "Okay." And but she's nervous. She's never had sex before, so it's a different experience. And yeah, so I really, really like that. How could they leave Dragonstone undefeated and expect it to be waiting for them? I low-key think Rhaegal is alive, but I think the chances are low because she only says, "Look what they did to my child," not that they killed him. Yeah, they never showed if he's dead. I would assume that he's dead. I don't see him being a part of it. I mean, I could be shocked, and color me shocked if it happens, MP, but I don't see them actually going and saying, well, actually, Rhaegal is not dead. I really think that he's going to be dead, but I mean, we'll see. There is no Nightwalker, so there's going to be no zombies or anything in the show anymore. So we'll just have to wait and see, but I think he's dead. It's definitely possible, but I'm not betting on it. Yeah, Euron is easily unlikable, but I like the actor that plays him. From interviews, he seems like an awesome dude. Yeah, a lot of a lot of characters we hate, like the guy who played Ramsay Bolton, Ewan Rayon, he's actually a really nice guy. Like everyone on set loved him. Everyone on set loved the kid who played Joffrey, Jack Glazier. He seems like a pretty solid dude. I was watching an interview that he did a few years ago. He actually retired from acting after Game of Thrones. But he was doing an interview, I think at like Oxford, and he's like, "Oh, I wish I would have brought in my crossbow," and it was so funny. Everyone just laughed. So it's cool to see that people that play, actors who play people you despise are actually like really cool. Like Lana Headey, she's a really nice person in real life. I've seen her in interviews and stuff, and she's funny because she's like, "Yeah, Cersei's my favorite character." So. Yeah, it's nice. It's nice to see that. I know Cersei can't kill Tyrion. She had multiple chances to in previous episodes. It's like her heart won't let her do it. That's a good point. That's a very good point, OJ. I kind of agree with that logic, I have to say. I don't know if she could kill Tyrion either, because to her, Tyrion, even though he's crossed her multiple times, there's something about family and something that, stays kind of poignant. And she knows that he has a good heart and good intentions. He doesn't really want her to die per se. Like he truly cares about her because she's family, even though she hates him and despises him. But yeah, I don't know. I don't think she was going to, I was afraid she was going to, but I think one of the reasons why she didn't was because that wasn't her target. Because here's the thing. Who would Daenerys get more upset about dying? Missandei or Tyrion? The answer is obviously Missandei. She knew that she was going to get a reaction from Daenerys when she killed Missandei, and she was right. She was right on the money. She got the reaction that she wanted, and it's unfortunate for Grey Worm and Daenerys, but that's how Cersei is. She's playing the Game of Thrones. I highly doubt that Cersei will be the one to kill Tyrion if he dies. I hope he doesn't. I'll be so pissed. Yeah, I'll be pissed too if she kills him. I'll be pissed if he dies in general. I don't care who who does it. I will be pissed if Tyrion dies. To me, I think Tyrion should end up on the throne. I think he is, the best character that this show has, and I want to see more of him. So yeah, I don't know if I would even be sane if Tyrion died, because he's my favorite character, and you guys know this. I've talked about it in ad nauseum over the past month, how much I love Tyrion. So, and it's cool. I actually got my parents to start watching the show. They watched the first episode, and my mom said she didn't like it because she didn't understand what was going on. But to me, I told her, I was like, Mom, you have to give the show a chance. Sorry, guys, I'm just doing something real quick. But I was like, you have to give the show more than just one episode of a chance. And so my dad liked it, though. I knew he would. But yeah, I've been talking to them so much about the show. I was like, you guys have to watch the show. It's so good. So sorry, guys. I'm just sharing this out. All right. Let's see what's next. Do you think that's the end of Tormund as he returns with the wildlings? I don't think so. I think Tormund is going to fight. I think he'll fight because, he is loyal to Jon Snow. He's always been loyal to Jon Snow. I think he's going to fight. If Jon Snow says, "Hey, man, we need your help," he's going to come. I mean, they're pretty much like the best friends. I see them as really good friends. And Jon Snow's done a lot for him. Tyrion ends up on the throne. I think Dany might die, and Jon returns to be king of the North, and Sansa will be the queen of 7 kingdoms alongside Tyrion. I I hope, Quays. I really hope. Oh man, would that be awesome? Would that be awesome? I want that so bad. I think Sansa would be fantastic. Alongside Tyrion. Part of me believes, though, if Jon is still alive, that Tyrion will not sit on the Iron Throne, and I don't know if Sansa's going to leave per se. Maybe what could happen is an alternative where Tyrion is not on the throne and Jon Snow is on the throne, and Tyrion becomes Lord of Winterfell with Sansa. So that's something we got to think about. I don't know I don't know if that situation is going to happen. I want it to happen. I'm not saying I don't, but I think the more likely thing to happen out of those things is Jon Snow ending up on the throne, because I feel like Wise and Benioff have wanted Snow on the throne ever since he came back to life. I really do. And it would be kind of like one of those endings that everyone sees coming, but I'd be okay with it. I'd be okay with Jon Snow sitting on the Iron Throne. I really would. Even though I want Tyrion. But I hope, Quays, I really hope. I hope that's not the end of Tormund, but I don't think he's coming back. Even Dany, Emilia has this aura about her. Sorry, I can't really say that word. Her eyes sparkle when she's laughing, and it's just so not like the series character she plays. I hate Dany. I really do. Her whole, I've never begged for anything, but please don't tell anybody. Let it be a secret. It's my throne. And shut up. It's not your throne, first off. And even I feel like Gendry has a better stake to the Iron Throne than she does. So to me, it's illegitimate. The North is never going to bow to a foreign queen or a foreign, monarchy. They're just not going to do it. And you could tell they all care about Jon Snow. They don't give a two craps about Daenerys. They really don't. Yes, we need more Tormund. Yes, we do, Quays. I love Tormund. He is so funny. I love that moment where he goes up to the Hound and he's like, this guy, he comes and he takes my woman. I love that. I thought that was so funny. And hey, with Jaime leaving, it could open up the door for Tormund and Brienne romance. It's not too late. 2 episodes left. Maybe we'll see. Hey, the film fan, love you, bud. Hey, thank you so much, Brandon. Love you too, man. Happy that you're on here and talking Game of Thrones with us. I'm just glad the Mountain didn't crush Missandei's skull, gave her a clean and immediate death was the right choice. Yeah, that's true. That's a good point. The thing is he executed her, but he did it in a way that was respectful to the character that we've come to love. Missandei is a great character, and it's going to be interesting. Hold on, guys. Oh, sorry about that. My wife just got home. But yeah, I'm happy that she died with integrity, and she died like a boss. Saying Dracarys, and I was hoping that maybe the dragon would come over and just start blowing fire, but I kind of knew that wasn't going to happen. It would have been awesome to see. I think Jaime needs to kill Bronn, but the show might not have enough time to get to it. Maybe. I mean, there's a little bit of resentment there from Jaime's end. And I think it's probably, and I understand Jaime's point, Jaime gave him a lot. He gave him a lot. And it's tough because he's in this situation where he respects Bronn, but at the same time, like, he's pretty pissed off because Bronn is just kind of demanding things now, and he would have nothing if it wasn't for Jaime and Tyrion. So I don't want him to kill Bronn. I like Bronn a lot. We'll see what happens with that, but yeah, there's definitely going to be something going on. Tormund is going to come back like how the Knights of the Vale saved Jon when Tormund failed him. He'll save them when the Knights fail Jon. Ooh, maybe. I like that idea. Dagger. That's a really good idea. If Ghost and Tormund don't fight, I will be extremely upset. That means Ghost's character was for nothing the whole time. Interesting, Brandon. I mean, the character of a dire wolf. I mean, hey, I'd love to see Ghost fight too. Would it be all for a waste? I mean, yeah, I can't really call Ghost like he's a character, but I can't call him like a real character. Not like, Jon Snow or or Tormund or anything like that. But Ghost he'll fight for his dad Jon. Game of Thrones is trying to tick us. Jaime going back to save Cersei. Oh, trying to trick us. Oh, Jaime going back to save Cersei. Yeah, maybe, Brandon. We'll see. He did say that she's a hateful woman, but I also think maybe he's going to try to go talk some sense into her. But because the only person who she'll really listen to is Jaime, if anybody. So we'll just have to wait and see. I believe Ghost will die saving Jon in the coming battle. Ooh, maybe OJ. We'll see. Tyrion becomes Lord of Casterly Rock. Gendry at Storm's End. It's Storm's End. That's right. Aaron at the Vale. Sansa's Warden of the North. And Bronn is Lord of Highgarden. Well, I think Tyrion and Sansa are going to get together, MP. But if it doesn't happen, that looks pretty good to me. I mean, you got some pretty good lords, got some pretty good leaders there. And we'll see if Bronn truly does become Lord of Highgarden. I don't know. I really don't. I don't know. It doesn't seem like they're going to go that route. With the way that everything played out in that scene between those three characters, I don't see them going that route. But hey, we'll see. Sansa was right again. Sansa said, let the soldiers rest. Dany and Jon again said, you don't know. Sansa said, whatever. Exactly. I mean, Sansa's a fantastic character. I really like Sansa. I would not be upset at all if she's somehow, on the Iron Throne or marries Tyrion and, she is the queen. I just think her character has evolved so much where I hated her character and she took a lot of crap from a lot of different people. And now she's a boss. She is a boss. She's playing the game and she's doing it in such a great way. I mean, she's so smart, so clever. And I feel like there was a motive for her telling Tyrion. One, she trusts Tyrion. And two, she also knew Tyrion was going to tell Varys, which was going to kind of, snowball to other people. So, and where other people would start thinking, maybe, Daenerys shouldn't be on the throne. So, I mean, I think she's really smart. We definitely need to watch out for her. Low key thought Sansa was about to let the Hound have his way with her. LOL, yikes. I don't think they were going to go that route. I don't see that happening. I think, the Hound is going to be more of a maybe fatherly figure to her and Arya. He really cares about Arya. The Hound has never cared about, carnal. He's never cared about, sleeping with women. He's more about trying to just protect his own skin and trying to live another day, get, have money. And now, his motivation really is to kill his brother in the mountain. So I didn't think they were going to go that way. And I'm happy that they didn't, to be honest, but low key, I mean, yeah, it was interesting. Also, I think if she survives, Arya will be with Gendry. A Stark was promised to a Baratheon. Lyanna to Robert, Sansa to Joffrey. Yeah, I could see them going that way, MP. I really can. Bronn was such a prick. Yeah, he kind of was. Again, Bronn cares about who. I told you guys this like a couple weeks ago. I said Bronn cares about the side that's going to win. And that's how he's always been. He always cares about his own skin and what's going to benefit him most. Kind of like Varys in a lot of ways. And so it wasn't a surprise to me to see that, he switched sides. I knew he was going to. I knew he wasn't going to kill him then and there. It just wouldn't make a lot of sense. But, he's Bronn. I guess I could say Bronn has kind of always been like that, though. I mean, it's not any surprise. What about Sansa with Gendry Dagger? Who's Dagger, Brandon? I don't know who that is. Sansa with Gendry, though, I don't think so. Gendry loves Arya, and that would be the biggest slap in the face to Arya. That's not going to happen. It's really not going to happen. I'm glad that they kept Arya's story intact. She is no lady. Gendry can't have Arya. Robert couldn't have. Ooh, laundry. Ooh, that's a really good point. Oh, I agree, Laundry. You nailed it. Yeah, Laundry, that was a fantastic point, my friend. Wow, really good point. Yeah, that's good. Does anyone suspect the return of the Night King? I don't, Quiz. I think the Night King, his story's done. There's really nowhere to go with his character. So I think the Night King is out of play. I really don't see him coming back. Now it's all about the battle for the Iron Throne, and I'm looking forward to it. But at the Film Fan, George R. R. Martin said, "You don't create a pack of direwolves without the intent to use them. Ghosts can't just leave with Tormund like this. It'd be too dumb." I mean, George R. R. Martin did say that, but George R. R. Martin isn't the showrunner. And that's the thing we have to remember, Brandon, is George R. R. Martin was the showrunner. He was, he was very strong and very pertinent in everything the show was doing in the beginning. But now, don't worry, it's not a ghost. I know last week people asked, is that a ghost or whatever? No, it's my wife. She just doesn't want to be on camera right now. But George R. R. Martin, it doesn't really matter what he says because he's not the guy in charge. It's Wise and Benioff. And if they say, we don't, Ghost doesn't have a purpose for the rest of the story, then he doesn't have a purpose for the rest of the story. Thanks, babe. That looks better. Yeah, no, it's fine. You can just see like that I'm so pink and sweaty. Let's see. You are right about Dany. The way she was begging Jon not to tell Sansa the truth was not the Dany we knew before, but she's truly turning into the Mad Queen. She is. She really is. I don't like Dany at all. I don't think she's going to sit on the Iron Throne. I actually thought she was going to die last week during the Battle of Winterfell. Jorah died, which made sense, protecting Dany, but I thought she was going to die last week because I just feel like Dany's kind of fulfilled her purpose, and I don't see her sitting at the Iron Throne or sitting on the Iron Throne at the end of the show. I don't see it as a real possibility, but you never know. With the show, and that's what I love about the show so much. It's amazing. Okay, I agree with you. She told Tyrion because she knew he would create a snowball. She wants to protect her house and make it powerful. Lessons from Cersei. She will want Jon on the throne because it's a Stark on the throne. Yeah. I think she knows Jon's a really good leader. Jon's compassionate. He cares about his people. He doesn't even want the throne. And it was a really good point brought up by Varys, who it was a profound fact where he says, well, wouldn't you think that the throne would be better off with somebody who doesn't want to sit on it? And I completely agree. I mean, whenever we ever had a king, or somebody sitting on the Iron Throne that we have known in this show who hasn't wanted it. We could say Tommen maybe, but Tommen was naive. He was young. He didn't really know what he wanted, but and that's what makes Jon Snow a really good leader. I love Sansa saying that she didn't want to be a little bird. Yeah, I like that too. It showed that she's a boss. She's changed. She realizes that if it wasn't for Littlefinger and Ramsay and everything that she went through, she wouldn't be where she is today. And I really like the Sansa we have now. Sansa and Gendry never had any flame or history as Arya and Gendry have. Brandon, yeah, exactly. I don't see Sansa and Gendry being a possibility. I see Sansa being with Tyrion. They have chemistry. It looks like there's some kind of sparks flying in there, but we'll see. We'll see if they're, if hopefully Tyrion stays alive. And hopefully, that is a possibility. My hair is just hating me. Look at this, guys. It's just, I don't know what's wrong with it. Hey man, no questions, just gonna listen. That's awesome, Mike. I'm happy you're here. Happy that you're listening to this chat. Thank you so much for just coming on and participating, and enjoy, man. Enjoy. I really like this episode. I hope you liked it too. He was referencing MP Dagger, I think. I don't know what you mean, Chewbacca. Probably from something earlier. Again, guys, my memory just it goes away really quick. Laundry just blew my mind. Joffrey couldn't have Sansa too. Yeah, well, Joffrey was an idiot, and he was a terrible, terrible person who deserved everything that he got with his death. And Sansa realized she didn't want monsters in her life. And, she ended up getting married to a monster and Ramsay. She realizes Tyrion was the best guy that she could have been with. And that's why I think they're going to stay. That's why I think they're going to get back together. I was just joking about the whole Gendry and Sansa thing, Dagger. LOL. Gotcha, Brandon. I figured you were. I didn't think you were serious about that, but But yeah, love watching the last season, but kind of sad the show will be over. Yeah, I know, Quays. I mean, 2 more episodes. It's crazy. It's sad, but there's apparently George R. Martin. Even though I just said George R. Martin doesn't really have a lot of control, he said that there's going to be 3 prequel series. So, yeah, I mean, we'll see what happens. I'm looking forward to that. It's not going to be for a while when we see those, but a good show that I could say you guys should definitely check out is Cobra Kai. It's a really good show. It's not as high of stakes and not as high of quality as Game of Thrones, but it's a good show. I mean, there's shows out there for sure. But TV's never going to be the same without Game of Thrones. I can't wait because when the season comes out, like they're coming out with this complete collection. So every single season, all the bonus features, all that stuff, I am buying that on Blu-ray. I can't wait. So I'm definitely going to be watching the show over and over and over again. Yeah, unfortunately, George really doesn't have much to say as to how they do things on the show. At least it seems that way. Yeah, he gave up kind of that like authoritarian control. They consult with Martin. Martin's more now a consultant. He is still an executive producer, but he doesn't write the scripts. He doesn't really have a lot of say in what happens with the story moving forward. I mean, and another thing too is we look at like Game of Thrones or something of this magnitude, even like comic books, let's say, and we think that things from pages in a book, things that are written down, will translate good on screen, and that's not always the case. That's really not always the case. So I'm happy that it's different than kind of what the books were, even though the books haven't even gotten to this point yet. So to me, it's just I've kind of always felt like TV books have always been separate in my mind, or movies as well. Yep, he just gave them plot points to hit on. Yeah, he really does. He's a consultant. He opens the doors for them, to understand a little bit more about certain characters. But when it comes to like having a say in the actual show, yeah, Martin doesn't do that. Sansa is the embodiment of chaos, is a ladder. Pit your 2 biggest opponents against each other. Start the war of the 2 queens. Oh, yeah. I mean, Sansa's awesome. Laundry. 2 biggest opponents against each other. Start the war of the 2 queens. Yeah, it's a good situation for her because here's the thing. The only thing that would be bad is, I guess even if Cersei was to win, let's say, Daenerys dies, Cersei's on the throne. Cersei doesn't give a crap about the North. She has no care in the world for the North. She hates the North. She hates her people. She'll just let Sansa and, Jon and all them just keep the North. I don't really see her going down to the North and trying to fight for it. And then if Daenerys wins, Sansa has Winterfell, and it's tough because I don't know. I think the worst case scenario for her is if Daenerys wins, to be honest, because she already told Daenerys that she's not bending the knee. So we'll see what happens. I don't know, though. Is Dany going off impulse at this point, or is she going to pull a wild card and get Daario and the second sons of the... I don't know if Daario's alive, man. I talked about this a couple times already. I really don't think he's alive. They hinted at it, I think, last season when Jon and her are talking, and he's, Jon's talking. I can't remember Tyrion. Tyrion and her are talking around the fire, and they're talking about heroes. And she's like, Daario was a hero, but, heroes die. So I'm guessing Daario died. I mean, if he comes back, if he comes back, then you were right, Dagger. I don't see him coming back at this point. I don't think he's a major player, but you never know. You never know. I mean, Jon Snow really died, but then he came back to life. So gotta go, but thanks for reading everyone's comments and putting your input. Next week will be crazy. Take care, bro. Thanks, OJ, man. Thanks for tuning in. Looking forward to seeing you next week. And yeah, 1 more week until episode 5. Okay, so when Cersei told Euron, or however you spell his name, that they have a baby coming, could that be a lie? Couldn't it be Jaime's? I feel like she's setting up Euron. She's using him. That's a good... Yeah, I didn't bring this point up, but I think that she's lying to him. And I think that only because when she told him that, he got so happy. He holds her or brings her in for like an embrace. And you could tell she's like looking off like at a, somewhere else. And you can just tell by the emotions on her face that she's lying. You can just tell that she's telling him what he wants to hear, and he's not going to know. He's not going to know. But I don't even know if she's going to even have the kid, because I feel like she's going to die. So I think she was lying. I really do. Okay. Oh, I had to jump. To be honest, I don't have any theories about this episode. It was so predictable. It was about time Bronn showed up, and it was too happy and giddy for them to perfectly kill Rhaegal. And it was too happy and giddy for them to perfectly kill. Yeah, it was, in the beginning, it seemed like everyone was having a good time. They were celebrating, but I knew that, things were going to go down in this episode. I knew it even before, I heard that there was like a major death or whatever in this, in this episode. I had that feeling that this was going to be one of those episodes where it gives you kind of that false hope, where it would start off, everything looks dandy, everything looks fine, we're going to win, hoorah, we won. We're going to go get the Iron Throne. And then, Missandei's death. I did not think it was going to be Missandei. I really thought it was going to be Grey Worm out of the two of them. But it was a nice twist. It was a really nice twist that it was a character that I didn't expect. It felt like the Battle of Winterfell, every character that died, it felt right. And it felt like I kind of knew that already, that I already had that knowledge that, that character is going to die. But I got to be honest, I didn't see Missandei dying. If you guys are new, I'm going to continue answering your questions. Don't worry. I'm going to get through all of them and keep firing in questions. We'll go, however long you guys want to. But if you're new, like this video, do me a favor, like this video down below. And also subscribe to my channel. I post content, every week. I was going to have an Extremely Wicked, Shockingly Evil, and Vile review up today that I filmed a couple days ago, but I decided to hold it off until tomorrow, just because I don't like to do multiple videos in one day. It's just, it's hard. And if you go check out my long shot review, I actually watched the new Charlize Theron and Seth Rogen comedy. And let me just say this, I loved it. I loved this movie. I mean, it's really good. So make sure you guys check out my review for that. Check out my MCU ranking. I did a whole MCU ranking, all 22 films in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. So do me a favor, subscribe to my channel right below. Also share my videos with friends. Try to get the word out there. I'm trying to build up my community. I'm trying to do more videos like this, live streams where I can answer people's questions on a lot of different stuff. So, and not just Game of Thrones, but like all movies and television stuff. So if you're interested in something like that, join the channel down below. I'm trying to get to 100 subscribers. I'm trying to get there. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. But I'm grateful that you guys are here just talking Game of Thrones with me. It is Jaime. She is using Euron's name to gain legitimacy. Yeah, it's Jaime's kid. She's lying to Euron. I still feel like maybe she doesn't even have a kid. But but if she is having a kid, it's Jaime's. It's Jaime's. Side note, and maybe he'll find out, and that would be pretty interesting. Maybe Euron and Jaime kind of come face to face, and Euron's like, "Well, I impregnated your sister," and he's like, "Well, that's funny because I already impregnated her," and that would be really interesting. Maybe they'll both, go after Cersei. I have no idea. Side note, super pumped for the prequel Game of Thrones. George R. R. Martin seems excited about it. I highly suggest watching him and others talk about the prequel, most likely coming in 2021. I cannot wait, Brandon. Cannot wait. Like I said, I can't wait till this whole series. I'm excited. I'm highly anticipating these last two episodes, but I'm also like not trying to rush them. But I am really excited to be able to get the entire complete series on Blu-ray. I love this show so much. It's such a great show. I wonder if Euron caught Tyrion talking about the baby. He should be asking, how does he know? Good point. Oh my gosh, Laundry. Oh my goodness. That is a fantastic point. Oh my gosh, yeah. Okay. Sorry, guys, my mind is just blown right now. I didn't even think about that. Oh my goodness. Wow. Good one, Laundry. Good way to pick that one up, man. I went right over my head. I'm getting that collection as well. Awesome, Chewbacca. Awesome. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I can't wait to be able to watch the entire show and watch different episodes that I like and having all the bonus features and stuff. It's going to be awesome. Just because it's like I get HBO really just for this show. And I'll get it for the prequel series and stuff too, but I don't really care about what other stuff that's on HBO, to be honest. I really don't care. So I'd rather just get the collection and then just watch it whenever I want. Best show besides Game of Thrones is hands down Vikings. Really? Yeah. I've heard a lot of good things about Vikings. I need to check it out. I think I might have watched one episode before, but I know the show's been going on for a while. And don't they have like, Brandon, let me know. Do they have like a spinoff series as well? So it's like multiple different Viking shows. I don't. Let me know below. Yeah, I might check it out. I don't care how much the box set is. I know it's like $250, but I'm getting it. Yeah, it's pretty expensive. I'll probably wait until it goes down in price a little bit because I binge watched the entire series of Game of Thrones before season 8, and it took like a month and a half. So I'm like kind of Game of Thrones out for a while. I definitely am going to get it, but I don't think I'm going to pay like right off the bat that much money for it. Just because there's other things, and I'm still in school as well. So, but I will be getting it, Chewbacca. I will be getting it. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. This is a perfect setup for Jaime to kill Cersei. They'll reconcile and she'll give him her trust, and he'll be Kingslayer and Queenslayer. Ooh, I'd be okay with that. I'd be down for that. I want Tyrion to kill her. I don't think at this point Tyrion's going to kill her. So the next best thing is for Jaime to kill her, and we'll see. We'll see what happens. I mean, they didn't really hint at what Jaime's plans are. It seems like Bran was pretty distraught that he was leaving her, but I don't know if he's realized that he needs to stop her, or if he needs to fight with her. I don't know. Vikings was good until Ragnar died. I don't know who that is, but if I watch Vikings MP, I know Ragnar died. I'm not mad at you. Don't worry. I don't. It's fine. It was okay with Ivar, but it was downhill. So is that like a chief or something? Are these like two different chiefs? I don't understand the show Vikings. I definitely want to check it out though, if you guys are recommending it. And I've heard it's very similar to Game of Thrones, but I think it's on History Channel, right? So they can't like show like violence and stuff like that, or like a ton of violence and like sex and stuff. Agree, Dagger. I'm really pissed off. This season was only 5 episodes. It's 6 episodes, actually, Chewbacca. Of all the seasons, I think this season deserved to be 10 episodes. The fandom and the actors deserved more than just cramming everything in this. Oh, okay. You did say 6. Okay. Yeah, it's sad, but we get hour-and-a-half long episodes. So really, if you think about it, I mean, the last 4 episodes are all, I think, an hour-and-a-half long, which is equivalent to 6 hours of television. So, I mean, really, it's kind of like we're getting 8 episodes. It is sad though, but I'm just happy. One thing I like about this, as opposed to like Walking Dead, is it's like Walking Dead is like 20 some episodes a season, or 18 or something, and it seems like they just filler like a bunch of stuff in between all these good episodes, and that's what I've always hated that. So I like that Wise and Benioff are just like, you know what, we need to tell this story, and we can do it in 6 episodes. We don't need filler or anything like that. So that's one thing I really do like about this show. I meant 6 episodes, not 5. Okay. I got that. I mean, they're longer than normal, and I think they want it to be short and sweet and not long and milked. Yeah, I completely agree with that logic, Dagger. I really do. I don't think that they would try to milk it. They're not The Walking Dead or shows like that. So I just use The Walking Dead as an example, or even like Arrow or Flash, where it's just like a bunch of filler episodes that literally have nothing to do with anything. But yeah. Thanks for the clarification about Cersei's baby, MP Dagger. Yeah. Was that Dagger? I think that was Laundry. Oh yeah. Okay. MP did bring up the pregnancy. Yeah. Thanks, Dagger. Thanks also, Laundry. I mean, you blew my mind. I don't even know where I lost. Okay. There we go. No problem. Inferno, poor Grey Worm. Yeah, poor Grey Worm. I thought it was going to be him that died. I did not see. Whoa! I just had a big jump. I did not see Missandei dying. I thought it was going to be him, but yeah, poor Grey Worm. He's going to be pissed now, and now he doesn't care if he dies. I think he's going to die, and I think he doesn't care now. What else does he have left to lose? He lost everything. Missandei was the only person he really cared about, other than Daenerys. And yeah, it's unfortunate, but that's the show, man. It doesn't give you what you want. Also, I'd love to know how the show is ending, how it began. They start in the north and make their way down to the south. Good point. Yeah. This whole show, I mean, King's Landing, that's where it's going to be at. I mean, the whole show is based in Winterfell and King's Landing. And so it only seems ideal that we would end in these two different places. Cersei was pregnant before she had sex with Euron. Yeah. That's what she told Jaime. And I do think it's Jaime's baby. And Euron, Laundry made a great point. Euron should be like, what the heck? How does he know about the pregnancy? Did you send a raven or something? But I don't know. It's going to be interesting. Before he even came back, she was pregnant. He's a blind, power hungry fool. You're talking about Jaime, or are you talking about Euron? I think you're talking about Euron. Yeah, Euron, he is a fool. He's an idiot, but I don't know. I don't like Euron's character. I never have. He is power hungry, but isn't everyone in this show other than Jon Snow and Tyrion and all the characters that you like? I mean, Bombshell. Littlefinger is still alive. He was working with the Faceless Men, and the Peter that died was a faceless man. He was trying to get Arya killed because she robbed a faceless god. Is that what you think? I mean, it would be weird, but hey, I mean, I don't think it's going to happen, but man, that's an interesting theory. How come Jaime had no scars? Kind of weird. I think he did have scars. I'm pretty sure. I have to go back and watch that scene, but I'm pretty sure he had some scars, Laundry. I think he had some scars right here on the chest. And yeah, I know Brienne of Tarth had a scar right here or something. So I'm pretty sure he had scars. I think so. He should anyway. But that's a good point. I'll go back and check. Chaos is a ladder. The greatest plot twist we would never see coming is that he ends up on the throne in season 4 or 5. He said he doesn't care if he rules over no one as long as he's on the throne. Yeah, I mean, Baelish, Littlefinger, he was power hungry and he wanted the throne, but I don't see him coming back. I really don't. I think he's dead. That would be one of the biggest what the frick was that moments ever. And I feel like I would be pissed. I think a lot of people would be pissed too. Missandei died because she couldn't take a joke last episode. What was the joke last episode? I know there was a joke said to her, but I can't remember what it was. But yeah, I mean, it's sad, man. They foreshadowed that one of them was going to die, but I was thinking it was Grey Worm. Again, I thought it was going to be Grey Worm. I'm happy that it was not what I thought it was going to be, but sad that it was Missandei. I really liked her character, and I loved the relationship between her and Grey Worm. It felt so real. That's possible. Are you talking about Chewbacca? Are you talking about Dagger, what he said, or Laundry Day? But I guess, yeah, it's possible. He went from having no lands, wealth, or armies and acquired all three. He started the whole Game of Thrones by pitting Starks against Lannisters. They wouldn't kill off a big character so easily. Well, I think they would, Dagger. This show, dude, they killed off Ned Stark. He was a big character, right, in season 1. They killed off Joffrey. He was a big character. They killed off Robb Stark, Talisa Stark. I mean, Catelyn Stark. I mean, this show, they're not afraid to kill off big characters. And I feel like Littlefinger served his purpose. I don't believe he's alive. I don't think they would do that. I think the actor who played him as well, I think he's been shooting a bunch of stuff. He was in Bohemian Rhapsody. He has a lot of, work going on. So could they have secretly have done it? Sure, they could have. But I don't believe that that's the route they're going to take. That would be incredible. Yeah, it would be incredible. I don't see it happening, man. That would be an awesome possibility. I really feel like 2 episodes is not enough, but I hope the producers give this show a good, just ending. I think they will. I think it's going to be an ending where it's even if it's not who we want on the Iron Throne, and there's still a part of me that believes that, they're going to abolish the whole idea of an Iron Throne anyway, and they're just going to make a democracy across, the 7 kingdoms. But even if it's like Cersei, I feel like whatever they do is going to make sense. And even if we don't really like it or agree with it, I think whatever they do is going to, I think we're going to enjoy it, and it will make sense for the majority of us. Watch this theory video. Absolutely. Yeah, I'll watch it after the video, Dagger. Thanks for sending me that. I have HBO for Game of Thrones and for Westworld. Such an underrated series. It's up there with Game of Thrones and The Leftovers too. I've heard bad things about The Leftovers, but that's only because I've heard it from one person who I follow actually on social media. So I don't know if I'd watch that. Westworld, I've heard mixed things. I've heard some people really like it. I've heard it's a little strange and it's kind of hard to get into. I really like Tessa Thompson, so I thought about giving Westworld a chance, but we'll see. We'll see. I know there's not going to be another season until like 2020, I think, right? So it's going to be a while till you see another episode of that, or maybe even 2021. I don't remember when the last season aired. I know True Detective. I've heard great things about that show as well. But yeah, for me, it's Game of Thrones. I watched some movies on there, like some new stuff that they have, or like some older stuff. So I'll definitely, I'll see what they have on there. I usually try to, do my best with watching stuff. Okay. Let's see. Sorry, I'm kind of just okay. I wanted a scene where Dany talks to Jon about his death and resurrection. Yeah. I mean, they didn't really talk about it much. I feel like there's not really a lot of time, Quays, for them to do that. It's not. I'm not saying that's not impossible or that's not possible or anything like that. I just feel like it's one of those things that I don't know if they're gonna have time to be able to do that in the realm that they would want to do that. Ivar is one of Ragnar's sons, my most favorite character after Ragnar. Oh, so this is Vikings. Okay, cool. Yeah, I need to check it out if everyone's recommending it. Is it on the History Channel? Like, comment below, comment on the chat. Is it on the History Channel? And if not, where could I find it if I wanted to watch it? And I want to know, like, is it like very censored? So I don't know. Just because, like, to me, if they're gonna have a show like that, like, it should be maybe not as censored. So I don't know how it works on cable television with that. Maybe it's like The Walking Dead. I mean, The Walking Dead's not super censored. I love Varys basically saying Dany's got to go. I wonder what tricks the spider has up his sleeve. Yeah, I like that too. And I was a little nervous because I was starting to think, man, maybe war's going to get to Daenerys and she's going to want Jon killed, or Varys is going to die. But I don't really care about Varys that much. I always forget that he's still alive, and even in the show. So when I see him, I'm like, oh yeah, Varys is alive. But yeah, it's going to be interesting. I think Varys is understanding, and she's mad. She's the Mad Queen. I mean, he's starting to see the resemblance between her and her father. Tyrion and Sansa talking in the crypts. Missandei got mad. Yeah. I think so. It was a joke, but I also remember that I think she was mad because they were talking, like, Sansa was talking negatively about the queen, about Daenerys. If I remember correctly, I think she got mad because they were not Tyrion, but because Sansa was, talking negatively about the queen. But the first huge twist was Ned Stark's beheading in the end of season 1. I can see them ending the show on a similar twist. Yeah, I mean, I could see it too. Ned Stark seemed like he was going to be the main character, and they pulled a fast one, and that wasn't going to happen. And I love what Cersei says. She says you either play the Game of Thrones or you die. And I feel like Cersei, another reason why I feel like she's not going to just give up the Iron Throne and she's not going to forfeit is because she knows if she forfeits, she's dead. She knows she is dead. So, yeah, I mean, we got to remember these things. I mean, I think there's going to be some huge twist too. I don't think it's going to be straightforward like we might think. LMAO, Miss Sunday wanted to see the beaches of Noth and ended up dying on a beach. Tragic irony. Yeah, I mean, that's sad, man. It's sad, Dagger. It was definitely a death I was not expecting. When she was sitting up there, though, she was standing up there with everyone. I knew it was coming, and it's sad. It really is. I'm going to continue to answer your questions, but again, shameless plug. I got to continue to shamelessly plug my channel. Make sure you guys give this video a like. Give it a like. Show me some support. Also subscribe down below. I do videos, every single week. I have an extremely wicked, shockingly evil and vile review coming out. I'm going to be doing a Stan Lee cameo ranking video very soon. I know I haven't done it yet, but I've just been kind of busy with other stuff. And go check out my MCU ranking. I did a ranking of all 22 films, including Avengers Endgame. I did a live spoiler review discussion video. You can go check it out. I did, a long shot movie review, which I really love that movie. So yeah, give my channel a sub to my channel, guys. The problem is once the writers lost the book reference, they started telling a different story. Old Game of Thrones would have killed anybody. Yeah, I mean, that's a pretty good point. It seems like a lot, like in the beginning, they killed off a lot of people, like, Robb Stark, but the Red Wedding was in the books. I know that it's in the books because Wise and Benioff said that was their motivation of getting the show on TV. But it seemed like, a lot of the bigger characters died early on, but they're still killing big characters today. And I think that everything is kind of escalating up until the last episode. I really feel like the last episode is going to be everything we've wanted to see from a Game of Thrones episode. I really do. I think it's going to end on a really high note. It would have been cooler. I think they found a plot point and stuck with it. And since the old fat man George didn't release the new books on time, they couldn't finish the story how it should have ended. So this is going to be the ending they've kind of been forced to make. I mean, that's a good point. And I don't think Martin's going to come back and write any more books. He doesn't really need to. He's got all the money in the world. He doesn't really need to because he could just say, the show is the ending to my books. I know a lot of people would get mad about it, but I feel like if, let's say, a year goes by after Game of Thrones and Martin's like, you know what, I'm going to write my next book. I'm going to write the next, series of books. And he starts doing things that are different and contrary to the show. I feel like a lot of people might get mad. They might be like, well, this isn't continuity with the show. This isn't how the show was. So I feel like if Martin was in control, Jon Snow would have been dead. He would have been dead back in probably season 5, season 6, whatever. And he wasn't going to come back to life. I feel like Cersei probably would be dead. Jaime would probably be dead. So there's a lot. I feel like Ramsay Bolton would probably still be alive. So there's quite a bit of things that I feel like if Martin was in control, things would be different. But I'm happy that he's not because I like what we're getting. Westworld was a little hard to get into, but after like the 3rd or 4th episode, I was hooked. It's strange in all the best ways, and I recommend it. Leftovers last season was so bad, the ending sucked. Yeah, the guy I follow on social media who hates Leftovers, he was saying that Leftovers is just, he hates it. But he watches every episode. He just hates it. Westworld, I've heard it is a little hard to get into. Apparently to my parents, Game of Thrones is hard to get into. Well, to my mom anyway. She's like, I don't know anybody. I don't know what's going on. There's so much stuff going on. I just told her, Mom, you don't need to know everything right now. They're going to continue to develop these characters over time. They got to set the story. And it's based on books. So like they don't have as much time to talk about all the houses and the way that they correlate with one another. So I'm still hoping my parents kind of get onto it. They watched the first episode today and hopefully they'll continue to watch it. Kieran McCleish. Kieran, welcome to my chat. I'm so happy to have you here. Thanks for commenting. You say Rhaegal survives the end of the world, gets sniped by a fish and chip sailor. Interesting. I mean, hey, okay. A little after Game of Thrones action there. By the way, watched your Marvel ranking. Was pretty surprised with Winter Soldier as number 1. Yeah, Winter Soldier is my favorite. I love Winter Soldier so much. It's one of those films in the MCU that I could just watch over and over again, never get bored of it. And it's a political thriller. I love political thrillers. I mean, it's one of my favorite genres of film. So I just love Winter Soldier. I love, that it's Captain America's story and set in a modern, world. I like the whole, dynamic of him fighting Bucky. and Bucky, being the person that, is hard for him to fight because he has so much love for him. They were best friends growing up. I love Winter Soldier. I love Avengers Infinity War. It's my number 2. Endgame, my number 3. I mean, I love all of those movies, but Winter Soldier to me, I had to, after I got out of watching Endgame, I was like, man, that's the best MCU movie. That's my favorite. And then I watched it. I've watched it 4 times. So I watched it again on Friday, and I think I'm done watching it after 4 times. I just can't do that many showings. But I've already spent 12 hours watching the movie. But after watching it a second time, I was like, you know what? Winter Soldier's still my favorite. Winter Soldier's still my favorite. And I just want to show you guys something real quick. This is something that I picked up the other day. So I didn't get the Winter Soldier one, but I did end up getting the Captain America Civil War 4K Steelbook. So really happy to have this. It looks amazing in 4K. I didn't actually watch the movie, but I was just kind of going through it. It looks incredible on 4K. And this is a really cool Steelbook. So I haven't done a Blu-ray collection video or anything, but I might do one pretty soon. So stay tuned for that. So I just kind of wanted to show that off since we're on the topic of Captain America. Miss Sunday saying Dracarys is the equivalent of Burn Them All. Yeah, I agree, Laundry. And I was watching behind the episode, and Wise and Benioff said that her saying Dracarys was pretty much her saying burn everybody, like kill them all. So I like that. They have killed plenty of big characters. Yeah, I agree, Neil. They really have. They're not afraid to kill anybody in the show. Dracarys means barbecue in High Valyrian. And there you go. There you go. There's going to be a barbecue at King's Landing. The books are written. They will come out when he thinks he will get the most money for them. Right now, he's sitting pretty. I don't blame him for not wanting to write the books. I mean, the books, thousands and thousands of pages. I mean, it'd take a long time to write them. I don't blame him, just sit back, consult Game of Thrones. And now that Game of Thrones is ending, you can consult for the prequel stuff. You can, be an executive producer for that. Yeah. I don't think, he's going to release any of the books anymore. I'd be okay with the show's ending being the story's ending, but knowing he has written 2 more books and refused to release them is making me mad. He is going to die any month now. I need to know how it all ends. I mean, he hasn't finished. I didn't know he hadn't finished. I just didn't think he started writing them. I thought that I read that he had like concepts down and he knew where the story was going and he knows the ending, obviously, but he didn't have like the books actually written. But that's interesting. I mean, he's old. I think he's like 75 or something. He's getting up there in age. So Martin doesn't have a lot of time, but I mean, I don't blame him. For Stanley cameo ranking, I think the best one was from Guardians when he shows up as an observer. Hey, that's a good one, man. I have my idea of what my number 1 is. Actually, I do know what my number 1 is. I'm not going to say it right now because I don't want to spoil the video that I'm going to make. But definitely stay tuned. I think you guys are going to be surprised with what my number 1 is. I really do. And it's only going to be MCU films. It's not going to be, Super Spider-Man and Venom and all that stuff. It's just MCU. I predict Jon Snow kills Dany because of her cruelty. He will cut her head off. He has to be the man that swings the sword. I mean, that's a bold prediction. That's a really bold prediction. I don't think it's going to go that way, Laundry. I don't see that happening. That's a bold prediction, but I like your prediction. I do. Why do you think so, Laundry? Arya will kill Cersei. Those green eyes the Red Woman was talking about. Ooh, maybe. I still think it should be Tyrion. It's not going to be. So the next best alternative is Jaime. I think Jaime's got to be the one to do it. Yeah, it's going to be interesting. You missed my point. The books are written. Okay. Oh, okay. So you both are saying then that the books are done. I don't know. I just read that he didn't finish them yet. But I guess you guys would know more than I do. I have no idea. Because she's going crazy, she will see his telling about his claim as the heir. She will come for him first. She will see his telling about his claim as the heir. She will come for him first. Are you talking about Dany? Dany will see Jon telling as a betrayal. Oh, yeah. I think it's going to be a betrayal. I think they're setting up for that. That's what scared me most was I understand why Sansa told Tyrion, but I was also at the same time like, oh man, oh man. Um, and I don't know if Tyrion and Varys are going to say anything because I feel like already, especially after Missandei's death. I mean, what are you going to say? You know, you're just going to try to make her more upset. I feel like they're going to play it off as a way of, you know, keeping it in the back of their mind, and they're just going to worry about Cersei right now. Jon was stupid. He could have become king, became king and made babies with Dany, but now he screwed everything up by being blind to Sansa power hungry demeanor. See, my thing is I don't feel like Dany would want him. You know, Dany doesn't want anybody to, you know, have more control than her. She pretty much wants him to, you know, bend the knee to her. And I don't see that happening. And also I understand Jon's point of view. Like it's foreign for family members to have sexual relations. It's just not something that you do in the North. It's really looked down upon. So, I don't really see that happening. And I don't see him as being stupid. I feel like he has a motive for it, and his motive makes a lot of sense. 8 people know about Jon. Yeah, 8 people know, and it's going to be interesting to kind of see where that goes next. I think it will be brought up again next episode. Maybe Cersei will find out. I don't know. Next episode, the trailer looks like it's going to be pretty intense. You got Jon making his way to King's Landing with an army. So yeah, we'll see where that goes. Also, Varys was brought to Westeros by the Mad King because he has no loyalties and stays loyal to the realm. Varys is going to do what he thinks is the best interest of the people. Jon will become king and he will betray Dany. Ooh, I mean, maybe that's a bold prediction. I don't know if Jon is that type of person to betray Dany, though. I've never seen that from his character. He's always about honor, and he's always about, you know, trying to do what's best for the people, but also he tries to keep his word the best that he can. It's tough. I mean, Dagger, you bring up a good point. I mean, it's a tough predicament that he's in because knowing that he is the heir to the Iron Throne and what he wants what's best for the people want him to be the king. And I feel like he knows that that's what's best for the people. And yeah, Varys is going to do what he thinks is in the best interest of the people, which I like. I like that about Varys's character because, you know, when you first meet him, you think that he's just this guy who plays all sides, who has, you know, he just wants to stay alive. And so to see his character the way that he is now is really refreshing. Do yourself a favor, read the books. They're 10 times better than the show. See, Neil, I'm not going to disagree with you. I know books are better than movies and shows and everything like that. They explain more in depth. My problem is, Neil, is I don't like reading, man. I can't do reading. The last book I read for a class, and it was Les Mis. I liked it. It was fine, but I get too unfocused really quickly. I get, you know, my mind starts to wander when I read, and it's really hard for me to read books. So I will take your suggestion I'll take your suggestion. I'll think about it, but it's hard. And especially something that's like 1,500 pages. I don't know if I could do it. Like I'm trying to become a lawyer, and I need to study. I'm trying to study a book for the LSAT that I have to take. And it's so hard to like stay focused. You know, that's my biggest problem, is that it's hard for me to stay focused. That's why I like movies and TV. Well, it breaks my heart to hear that young people don't read. And I'm sorry, Neil, man. I'm sorry. I really wish that I did read, though. I really wish that I could. My favorite book is The Great Gatsby. I feel like reading is very important. It helps, you know, build knowledge. And so it is very important. I'm happy that you read. I think that's awesome. You're more knowledgeable than me. But yeah, it's hard. I just have such a hard time focusing when I read. When everyone's like, oh, just imagine the story. I can't do that. Like my mind, I'm imaginative, but my mind kind of doesn't really go to that place and kind of, you know, break everything down the way that it needs to. And then I'll read like 15 pages in, you know, the character is this, and this. This is his name. And then like 20 minutes later, or like 20 pages later, I'm like, wait, who's this person? After having everything spilled. So it's hard for me. Varys was the only one who protected Dany from Robert's assassins. He made great lengths to keep her alive, and now he wants to go against her. He's going off the Prince of was promised prophecy, and Jon is a better candidate for the prophecy. Yeah, Jon's a better candidate for the crown, for the throne, just in general. But Varys, he's always been about, playing the long-term game, and he's always about, changing sides. He's been doing it from the beginning. So to me, it's not a surprise that he's kind of shifting gears. And I think he's realizing that Dany she's not all there. She's really like her dad. And I think that's going to be her biggest downfall in having people, rally behind her. And especially after Missandei's death, man. I thought Grey Worm was going to throw a spear. Ooh, yeah, he's pissed. He's pissed. I mean, if he threw a spear, though, I mean, who's he going to hit? Who's he going to hit, man? I don't know. Is he going to try to go after Cersei? I mean, Cersei's protected pretty well. I relate to you. Thanks, Soul Hatton. Yeah, man, I just have a tough time reading books, man. I just have a tough time. What's your favorite show right now? Is it Game of Thrones? It is Game of Thrones. Thanks for the question. Yeah. For the longest time, it was Walking Dead. When I was in high school, I loved it. I thought it was so dumb, the whole premise of The Walking Dead. I had friends that were like, oh, they come into school and talk about it all the time. The Walking Dead's so awesome. It's so great. You have to watch it, blah, blah, blah. And I was just like, nah, that's not for me. And then I just, one of my friends was just like, dude, please watch it. So I watched an episode and I was like, oh, that's pretty good. And I kept watching. But then The Walking Dead just got too repetitive and just, I've watched the first episode of this last season. Everyone was like, this is the best season yet. This episode was the greatest episode ever. And I was like, really? It was the same thing. So, and don't even get me started about the whole Rick thing. That's so dumb. But yeah, it was Walking Dead for a long time. Stranger Things then. I really like Stranger Things. And, now it's just Game of Thrones. I started watching Game of Thrones before. I served a 2-year mission for my church, and I served in the country of El Salvador. And I watched Game of Thrones with my buddy before I went on my mission. And then I stopped just because I was like, well, I'm going on a mission. I mean, there's kind of no point for me to continue this. I mean, hopefully I can watch it when I get back. When I got back, I didn't really get into it all that much. And then I was just like, I really want to see the last season. I want to see where I left off. Like, I want to see what happened. So I went and just binge watched all of it. And I love the show so much. It's the best show I've ever watched in my life. I mean, it feels cinematic, but it's not. It's awesome. Okay, maybe after you are disbarred someday, good luck with your studies. Neil, man, I'm sorry you're hating on me, man. It's not my problem is most of it comes with fantasy stuff. I'm not discrediting reading, man. I think reading's great. I think it's really good for people to read. I'm not saying that people shouldn't read. And I know somebody who, who's a lawyer, and he's a great lawyer too. And he doesn't read. He doesn't like reading. So, I mean, yeah, there's a lot of reading when it comes to it, but a lot of more things are kind of becoming mainstream, where things are growing and adapting to where it's more like short as opposed to like super long, when it comes to reading in terms of reading. But, I mean, dude, I'm not resenting people who read, man. I'm sorry that you're upset with me. I don't know what to say. It's just, I have a tough time reading. I really do. It's just, I'm really slow at it, and I don't have the patience, really. I guess that's really what it is. I just don't have the patience to read. I'm not a very patient person. That's exactly right. My mind wanders off. I can't prepare for exams. I need to watch videos. Yeah. My biggest thing is like, if somebody does something visually, like in front of me, like something hands-on, I can understand it a little bit more. It's easier for me to pick up on it. But if it's just reading a textbook and applying the textbook to what we're doing in class or for an exam or whatever, it's really hard for me. And the LSAT, it's tough for me right now, and I'm definitely going to work hard on it and try my best. But there's a lot of stuff out there, a lot of resources that you can use that are visual as opposed to just kind of reading. So, all right, everyone, I have an AP test at 11 tomorrow, so I'm gonna hit the hay. Wish me luck and good night. After next week's episode, I'd love to co-host if you're still down, dude. I'm still down, Dagger. I'm still down. I'm trying to get my situation like set here. I'm trying to figure out like my schedule. I'm going on a 3-day like survival thing for my survival class. I'm taking a survival class because it's fun. So it's like 72-hour survival challenge, I guess, kind of. So it's going to be pretty interesting. So I'm going to be pretty busy this weekend with that. I get back on Saturday though. And so, yeah, dude, I want to do something. Maybe we'll do like, we'll co-host like a show and we'll just talk about like what we predict for the season finale, what we predict is going to happen. I would love to do that. And we could just spend a couple hours or whatever talking about it. Yeah, I'm sorry about that, Dagger. I'm sorry I haven't really gotten a hold of you. I because of school and everything, and like I'm just starting up school again, I'm trying to kind of figure out my schedule and trying to, fit things into place. But I'm still down for sure. And good luck on your AP test, man. Danny's going to save Jon Snow. Maybe. I mean, that would be pretty interesting. Right now, it looks more like she's kind of going against Jon. But I still think because he's so loyal to her that she's still loyal to him. But if word gets around that, more people know that he's really the heir to the Iron Throne, I don't think she's going to save him. Jon is a popular vote, but everybody is playing for the electorate. I mean, yeah, that's the thing is I feel like Jon is a popular candidate, but at this point, it's hard for me to say with a surety that there is going to be an Iron Throne at the end of this thing. I feel like it's going to be more of kind of like a democracy. And I feel like people are just kind of realizing that whoever sits on the throne is just, they're going to go mad. They're going to do things that don't help the people. And that's really what it comes down to. I mean, every single ruler that we've had, they've made really poor decisions. And even Tommen made a poor decision and, not taking out the church when he did. I mean, he just kind of let the church, have their way with the throne and take control. So it's tough, man. Everybody in that situation, they seem like they make bad decisions, and it's part of being on the throne. There's a lot of pressure. Talk about what you do on your missions. So what we did was, for those of you that don't know, I'm a member of the LDS Church. So what we did was for 2 years, we didn't watch TV, we didn't watch movies or anything. It was very tough. But we would go and we'd just go to a different part of the world we weren't living in. And it could be the States, it could be wherever. I just happened to get called to El Salvador, and we just go and help people. We help people. We teach people about Jesus Christ. We, help them when it comes to doing service for them. And so more than anything, it's just uplifting people. And it was something that I was very fortunate to do. And I met a lot of amazing people down there that have helped me become a better person. And because I was super prideful as a high school, and I'm still prideful today. I mean, everyone is. Everyone has that pride in them, and but it really helped me. I got to meet some incredible people. And even though I couldn't watch movies or anything, like I wasn't home when The Force Awakens came out in theaters. I actually got it spoiled to me on my mission. I was really pissed, but I got, somebody told me that Han Solo died, one of the missionaries on my mission, which I was really pissed. But I'll save that story for another day. But yeah, I mean, it was a great experience, and it was very tough. It's not easy work, but it was a lot of fun. 2 out of 3 dragons are dead. Cersei might actually win. Yeah, dude, Cersei has a chance, Quays. I mean, at this point, I have no idea what's going to happen. It's getting good. It's getting really good. It's getting intense. And Cersei could win. But I still feel like if they can get into King's Landing, somehow get inside the gate and pretty much convince the people that Cersei doesn't care about them, then I think that they'll have the numbers. And it doesn't matter if, she has the Iron Fleet backing her. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be very interesting. But yeah, Cersei could win. I mean, who's to say she loses? I mean, she's made it this far. And, she has, what else does she have left to lose? I mean, she has a kid, she wants a better life for her. And she wants to stay in power. I mean, it's going to be interesting. But yeah, guys, again, make sure you guys like this video. Give me some support down below. It really means a lot. Subscribe to my channel. I post content like this every week. I'll be back next week to talk more Game of Thrones. I'm so grateful that you guys are able to come on and talk about the show with me. I love this show. I think this was my least favorite episode of the season so far, but I still think it's a pretty solid episode. There's a lot of intrigue going on, a lot of political, decisions that are going to be made, and I'm looking forward to seeing what happens next. I mean, next week is going to be it's going to be the start of this battle for the Iron Throne, and I can't wait to see what happens. I can't wait to see what Euron sees. It's gonna be fun. But yeah, guys, as always, thanks for checking in and talking with me. It's great to see Dagger and Laundry and Quays and Solhatton and Neil and all these guys that Chewbacca, all these guys that have kind of come on consistently. It really means a lot. So I thank you so much for that. But anyway, guys, I'm gonna go. I have some homework and stuff that I got to get done. Yeah, guys, I'll see you guys in my next video. And if not my next video, hopefully next week for next week's live stream. So anyway, see you guys later. Oh, wait, sorry. Hold on. I'm actually not going to end. There's 2 more things. Sorry. I almost ended, guys. I almost ended, but I have to answer every question. I don't read either. Yeah, it's hard. It's not that I don't like reading. It's just it's hard for me to read. Tyrion won't let Bronn live for threatening the brothers. Ooh, I mean, maybe. That's a good point, Quiz. I mean, we'll have to wait and see. It's going to be, I'll tell you what, it's going to be pretty interesting to see what happens with the whole Bronn situation, and maybe Tyrion's throwing a curveball. I think if Bronn does something to Jaime, I think it'll make Tyrion, it'll force Tyrion's hand. So we'll see. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in my next video. Goodbye.